Well, how long does it take a hacker to crack my password?
Password complexity is really interesting to me, and I really would encourage people to go out there and you can easily Google it. I basically Googled the search term, how long does it take to crack a password? The thing at the end of the day is that password cracking comes down to a program, a computer program. A computer program really doesn't care if it's the letter, a capital letter, a punctuation mark, a special character. To a computer, everything is represented by a hex character, or a combination. So the letter O is just a series of numbers, and the question mark or a bang sign or any special character, it's just another combination that it uses, to try to determine what your real password was. And the reason I'm saying that is because, there's some misunderstandings that if somebody just basically says, "Hey, let me type a letter," right? And by that I mean, let me show you this. So if I have an 8-character, letter, and so this is just lowercase. So a password cracking software will take less than a minute to crack this. Now,
That's crazy.
and somebody will think, oh, wait a minute, 8 characters, that's the minimum. I'm going to be really, really crafty, and I'm going to use punctuation mark. So I'm going to use a mixture of letters that it's really hard to figure out how to do, right? So here's the same thing. Now they're using punctuation. Well, guess what? It only takes a day. I mean, that is all. I mean, so to a password cracking program, using a mixture of letters that is really hard to remember or something really easy, it makes no difference to a computer program. The challenge to a password cracking software is the length of it. So for example, if somebody's typed in like, this is a very tough password. Now that would be very easy to remember, but look how
Yeah.
long that takes. I mean, and by the way, this 34 is the number of zeros after this. So for me, that would be very easy to remember, and
That one's
it's
funny too because it contains the word password, which you'd think, people don't
correct.
usually want to do that.
Well, correct. And see, this is where it gets a little tricky because people think, oh, let me just use the word, I should never use the word password or things like that.
Hmm.
See, it's really the links because password cracking software usually use, and I'll just say caveat with that, they usually break this down into
Mhm.
4-letter segments because it's encrypted. So the longer the password, the harder it is to figure out what the word is. So even if it's a simple thing like, password number, 1, you know, it literally just takes that much longer to figure out. And you can actually, going in, and here's a different one, this can actually show the same thing. So if you use the word password, guess what? It's only like a couple of seconds. If you use complex numbers, it takes a little longer, but it's not very hard for a computer program. But again, if you use that same, like, this is a tough password, I mean, it
Infinite.
literally goes, yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.